Всем привет, с вами Мимико. Я продолжаю проходить назад в будущее, 4-й эпизод. Это тот самый Хилл-Вэлли, в принципе, с которого все началось. Давайте мы поговорим с Эмметом. Хилл-Вэлли, канцтовары.
Harry! You do show up at the oddest moments. Where have you been hiding?
В 1986 году.
Oh, you know, here and there. You're a little hard to pin down yourself. I went looking for you last night, but...
I believe I was off entertaining a beautiful lady. You know, I never really got a chance to thank you.
Well, I'm sure you would have escaped Kid on your own.
Kid? Oh, sure, I'm grateful for that, but no, I'm talking about Edna. It's funny to think of now, but until that crisis, I actually thought Edna and I disliked one another. Imagine.
Эммет. Даже разрушать твою влюбленность не очень хочется, но у тебя будет очень хорошая жизнь. Доверься первым впечатлениям.
Yeah, well, sometimes first impressions are right. The thing is, you shouldn't let Edna distract you from, you know, the business at hand. Finishing your project for the expo and going to see Frankenstein.
Oh, pshaw. I'm far too busy for movies these days.
But,
And as for my project, it's practically done.
the rocket car?
The rocket car? Boy, are you out of date. I've junked a rocket car.
But,
More trouble than it's worth. I'll never figure out a propulsion system that does what I want it to do. And besides, its social utility is practically non-existent.
Это тебе Эдна наговорила, понятно. Социум?
social utility? Since when do you care about...
The mental alignment meter is a much more worthy project.
The what?
It was Edna's idea, and she's really been cracking the whip to get me to complete it in time for the expo.
Emmett, I'm a little confused here.
Выставка ведь еще не скоро.
What day is it?
Why, it's opening day. The opening day of the expo. Which reminds me, I'd better skedaddle back to the lab. If Edna catches me dawdling, there'll be heck to pay. Catch you around, Callahan.
В общем,
October 12th. Doc?
не совсем хорошо машина сработала, понятно. Как всегда, должен был случиться какой-то факап. На всяком случае, сейчас прям направили на здание суда Марти, и не надо искать то, что нужно сделать.
Come to think of it, it is a bit brisk for August.
Oh, we're 2 months late. The expo's about to start and teenage you is already in over his head with Edna.
I always did have a tendency to plunge into things.
Let's plunge into the DeLorean and get to the right date.
No, it's far too risky. Remember how I was late picking you up in '86?
Yeah?
That should have been a tip-off. Something is horribly wrong with the time circuits, and the problem appears to be getting worse. If we try to jump now, we could find ourselves stranded in the Cenozoic age. Or worse, the Mesozoic.
Then we're stuck?
For the time being, I'll look into the problem and see what I can do. In the meantime, you can go to work on the other problem.
Right. I'll go to the lab and see if I can talk teenage you out of...
Impossible. If young me is already as infatuated as you say, you're not going to be able to talk him out of anything. Believe me, I remember. Better to focus on the more clear-headed half of the couple.
Edna? Where can I find her?
Where do you think? I'll drive. The DeLorean should still function adequately as a means of conveyance in the first 3 dimensions.
Ну, понятно, сейчас мы будем какую-то головоломку решать. Но, возможно, через одну получится разрушить их отношения. Хотя сомневаюсь, потому что Эммет, в принципе, завидный мужчина и жених. Для нее. Муж, точнее. Ах, неважно.
You were right. There she is.
My soon-to-be ex-future wife is nothing if not predictable.
Do I really have to talk to her? I mean, couldn't I just hang out until you fix the time circuits and...
Oh!
I'll talk to her. You better get the DeLorean out of sight before someone...
Hey, you! Quit blocking the drive! All Car of the Future contestants need to report to the North Tent.
Why not? Good luck!
Выставка Хилл-Вэлли в прошлом и справа Хилл-Вэлли в будущем палатка. Так, Док у нас здесь, но он нас послал. Так, Хилл-Вэлли в прошлом. Табличка, которую прочесть не можем. Хилл-Вэлли в будущем. Так, здесь есть грузовик. Это важно, наверное.
It's not as nice as my truck back in 86. Jeez, I hope I still have a truck back in 86.
Ну вот да. Так, парень. Не знаю, что за парень, но ты достаточно злой. Эдна.
Spell it B-R-O-W-N. It's not exactly an obscure name.
I still don't see it on the list. I'm sorry.
Oh, for the love... Let me try this one more time. This is the Hill Valley Science Expo, right?
First annual.
Indeed. The purpose of our fair is to showcase cutting-edge technology.
That's right. And to burnish Hill Valley's reputation as a forward-thinking community.
And yet, you want to exclude the maker of the most revolutionary breakthrough of all.
It's not that I want to, but... Oh, dear.
Mr. Callahan! You do pop up at the oddest times. What are you doing here?
Так. Разлучаю вас с Эмметом.
I need to...
Whatever it is, I hope you don't have to deal with Mr. Stonewall here. His sole function seems to be preventing people from accomplishing their business. Honestly, with him keeping the books, it's a wonder the Tannen gang got as far as they did. Have you seen Emmett?
Да.
Yeah, just now, in the town square.
Oh, then you've heard all about his big breakthrough, the mental alignment meter. Isn't it exciting? And to think, he didn't even realize the import of his discovery until I pointed it out to him. I've never known anyone like him, so oblivious to his own potential.
I kind of wanted to talk to you about Emmett and his potential.
Funny, I didn't spot it myself at first. In fact, for the longest time, I thought I didn't even like him.
Yeah.
Первое впечатление самое правдивое.
Well, you know, those gut instincts are important. If you disliked him right off the bat.
Oh, but I didn't know him then. Now I know him inside and out.
Yeah, but...
I appreciate your concerns, Mr. Callahan, but I can take care of myself. I know what I'm looking for in a man, and it so happens Emmett fits the bill to a T. That's Emmett Brown. Rhymes with clown, which I'm beginning to think you are.
Just a simple mix-up, I'm sure.
I've no doubt of that.
Ну, давайте с Артуром поговорим.
Hey, Artie.
Officer!
Officer,
Right. Don't blow your cover.
will you please keep your mind on the task at hand?
Can't talk right now.
Окей. Парень.
Hey, excuse me.
Yeah?
When does the expo
Not
open?
till tonight. Anybody without official business here, please get off the grounds!
А зачем повышать
You
голос?
got official business here?
Yeah.
Well, stay out of the way of the workers. You look familiar. Do I know you?
Nope.
Вообще знакомый дядя, блин, я уже забыла, кто это. Ладно. Эдна, все-таки.
You said that Emmett fits your bill of requirements for a man.
Yes?
What would that list be exactly?
You'd make a good reporter, Mr. Callahan. You know that? Well, his physical appearance, for one thing. Emmett may not be Clark Gable, but he cleans up surprisingly well. I gave him my grandfather's white suit to wear at the expo. Oh, you should see him in it. He looks positively radiant.
Looks good in a suit. Got it.
And he's completely devoted to me. That's important. I've got no time or tolerance for playboys.
Faithful as a Labrador. Check.
Thirdly, and most important,
Yes?
well, his mind, of course. It's brilliant, and it's virtuous through and through. His own mind map shows him to be a model citizen.
Good brain, I see. And if it turned out that you were mistaken about any of these qualities...
Say, what's your game?
Just curious, just trying to understand the female mind.
Well, understand this. I'm not some faint-hearted girl who'd run away at the first hint of trouble. I've made a big investment in Emmett. Not money, but I've sunk all my ambitions into him. I'd have to be thoroughly disillusioned before I'd call it quits with Emmett. Got it?
Uh-huh.
Now, Mr. Cub Reporter, is there anything else?
Ладно, Эммет мачо?
Rather hard for me to picture Emmett as a chick magnet.
Chick magnet?
A guy who gets the girls, you know, motors running.
Motors?
Who makes them, you know.
You mean a chic?
Yeah.
Well, it's a matter of taste, I suppose, but when he's properly pomaded and decked out in my grandfather's white suit, Emmett just glows. Makes my heart flutter a bit just to picture him.
Нужно испачкать его костюм, хорошо. Вы не знаете Эммета так, как я.
You say you know Emmett as a model citizen, but you don't know him as well as I do. Did you know he once cheated some Libyans out of plutonium?
Plutonium? What would Libyans want with plutonium? I'm sure he had a very good reason. Emmett's mind map demonstrates conclusively his brain is oriented toward virtue.
Он угнал поезд. Это, наверное, слишком уже говорить. Ну ладно, скажу.
This one time, to power one of his science experiments, Emmett hijacked a train.
Please, there hasn't been a train hijacking in Hill Valley since the days of Mad Dog Tannen.
Наш завуч ненавидит его.
Emmett's done a lot of shady things in his time. My vice principal warned me to stay away from him.
Your vice principal sounds like a dolt.
Окей, это у нас закончилось. Следующее. Хорошо, что Эммет остепенился.
So you say Emmett only has eyes for you?
Absolutely. It's almost embarrassing how devoted he is to me.
Well, it's good to hear he's finally settling down.
Yes. Settling down?
You know, ready to stop playing the field, as it were.
Playing the... Oh, you're joking.
Понятно. Сейчас мы будем, помимо запачкивания костюма, мы еще ему и девушку подберем. Эммет ловелас.
But I can't help feeling sorry for him.
Who?
All of Emmett's other girls, now that he's with you.
Please, I think I know Emmett by now. There are no other girls.
У него была маленькая черная книжка.
I wonder what's gonna happen to Emmett's little black book.
Little black book?
Oh, it's legendary. That's what enabled Emmett to become the, Valentino of Hill Valley High. Gee, I wonder if he'd let me have it.
You must think I'm pretty gullible, Mr. Callahan.
Окей. Забавные разговоры, конечно. Что за измеритель умственных способностей?
What the heck is this mental alignment meter of Emmett's?
Oh, it's an absolutely revolutionary invention! Measures a person's affinities, what he's attracted to, what he's repulsed by, that sort of thing.
Interesting. And it really works?
Well, of course! What's the point of inventing something that doesn't work? Or, anyway, it works well enough for my purposes.
Угу. Для твоих целей,
That's all the
понятно.
questions I got.
Very well, then.
О, Трикси. Или Трикси?
Hey, Audie. You see my
Trixie.
Oriole?
You mean this?
Yeah, thanks.
Забавный
She
наряд.
gets to come and go freely, and I'm forced to wait. I love it.
Понятно, она ненавидит Трикси. Убедите Эдну, что Эммет ее обманывает. Привет, Трикси.
To all who approach these hallowed halls, I bid thee welcome. To all who approach these hallowed halls, I bid thee welcome. To all who... Oh, hiya, kid. Say, aren't you the fellow who...
Got you to turn on Kid Tannen? You bet.
You look younger without your mustache. That was a dirty trick, you know, making me think Kid had gone and iced Audie.
I'm sorry, but it was the only way I could...
Forget about it. I'm trying to. Yesterday's in the past. That's my motto. You gotta live for today.
Right.
So what are you doing down here anyway? Do you wish to pull the levers that control the future?
Ah,
At the expo, silly? technology for a better tomorrow, and all that.
Oh, yeah, that's actually why I'm here.
Блин, Трикси выглядит как его девушка. Но при этом его девушка это Дженнифер, это не Трикси. Но вот прям моделька лица, все и движение... Боже мой. Ну ладно, прощу. Хорошо. Что ты тут делаешь?
So, who are you supposed to be?
Don't you know your Homer? I am Techni Muse of Progress. You can tell by the lightning bolts.
Must have slept through that class.
I'm supposed to be a goddess-like. I'm the one who inspires all the great men who make the discoveries. And women, too. Leave us not forget Madame Curie.
I never would. So, you work for the expo?
Yeah, ain't it a kick? I greet all the important guests. And on the final day, I get to bestow the golden sundial on the winning contestant.
У тебя неплохая роль.
Techni, Muse of Progress. Not a bad gig.
Audie got it for me. It's my entree into respectability.
Помоги мне заставить Эдну ревновать.
Listen, I've got a proposal for you. I have this friend, right?
No dice. I'm only seeing Audie now.
It's not like that. See, my friend's in a relationship with Edna Strickland.
Oh, poor schmuck. I wouldn't wish her on anyone.
Then you see where I'm coming from. He won't listen to reason, but I thought she might call it off if she thought he and you were, you know.
Ah, you are an evil imp, ain't ya?
Sometimes a guy's got to resort to underhanded tricks. What do you say?
Sorry.
Ah,
Edna might be a pill, but if I play dirty tricks on every dame who disapproves of me, well, I'd play a lot of dirty tricks. Besides, such stunts are beneath the dignity of Techni, Muse of Progress.
Ну же, помоги мне с Эдной.
look, my friend Emmett really needs help.
The one who's going out with Edna Strickland? You're darn right he needs help.
I'm not asking you to actually seduce him. Just make her think that you two have a thing going. It'll drive her crazy.
I guess it would.
So,
I wouldn't do that to another girl unless I was good and mad at her. And besides, it might tarnish my image as a muse.
Понятно, только если она тебя не разозлит. Хорошо, мы сейчас что-нибудь нароем. А Арти здесь работает?
so Artie's working for the expo too, huh?
Oh, Artie's doing swell. The papers made a big deal of him testifying against Kid. People have been beating down his door ever since the trial. The expo's darn lucky they could get him.
Как дела у Кида?
How's Kid's trial going?
Slowly. You know what they say. The wheels of justice grind slowly, but infinitely fine.
Except in Hill Valley, where they don't move at all.
What?
Nothing, it's just, you know, something I heard once. So no regrets about turning him in?
None at all. I should have known better than to take up with him in the first place. But what can I say? I was dumb. I let myself get taken in by his charm.
Charm?
Насчет этой выставки.
Whose idea was it to put a science and technology expo in Hill Valley?
Beats me. Audie says it's all bred in circuses. But I ain't seen a single clown yet today.
Окей.
See you, Trixie.
From this chamber of wonders, we bid you a fond adieu.
Милашка. Нет, Трикси забавная девочка. Хорошо, Эдна.
Back again, Mr. Callahan? What can I help you with?
I was thinking.
Я поговорил с Трикси.
I found out about Trixie Trotter.
Yes?
Apparently they made her some sort of queen of the festival. Techni, the muse of progress.
They didn't. Well, they said this expo would give Hill Valley a reputation. I didn't realize this is what they meant.
What have you got against Trixie?
It's the idea of it. Allowing our city to be represented by a woman like that. I won't stand for it. As a socially conscious citizen, I demand you discharge that muse.
Trixie? What's wrong with her?
Oh, she's hardly qualified for an honorific post at a public event.
Look, lady, she fits the costume. She's an American citizen, and she managed to memorize all her lines. What more qualifications do you want?
Oh, these people are impossible.
Так, хорошо. Вы хотите уволить Трикси?
Why do you want to get Trixie fired?
One simply can't allow women like that to attain positions of respect in society. It creates a very bad precedent for the future.
Does it?
But try telling it to this poor sap. She's got him completely steamrolled. That's how they operate.
Is it?
Still, I could get her discharged if I had the goods on her. No doubt a woman like that has left a trail of scandal, and I'd find it if I were still a reporter. But I haven't got time to do the legwork now. I'm too busy with Emmett and his invention.
Вы не задумываясь ее уволите.
So you wouldn't hesitate to get Trixie fired from her job?
If I had the goods on her. She's obviously got her employer completely bamboozled. The only way to snap him out of his spell would be to show him something really shocking.
Хорошо.
That's all the questions I got.
Very well, then. How about you? Have you got any questions for me?
No.
Then kindly let me pass.
I'm afraid I can't until I've located your registration form.
Oh, this is absurd!
Смотрите, там дядя из столовой пришел. Может быть, с ним что-то получится выяснить. Кьюбол.
Hey, pal.
Oh, jeez, this guy again.
Funny, I was gonna say the same thing.
Разве ты не должен быть в тюрьме?
Shouldn't you be in jail with the rest of kids' gang?
I was, but then an opportunity availed itself and I
Sang like a canary.
prefer to think of it as exhibiting an admirable sense of self-preservation.
Хорошая фраза. Ты еще будешь играть для Трикси?
Will you be playing piano for Trixie later?
Nah,
Why not?
'cause little Miss Goody Two-Shoes thinks she's too respectable for cue ball these days.
Похоже, ты зол на Трикси.
You seem kinda angry about Trixie.
Angry. Listen, kid, me and Trixie go way back. I know stuff about her that even kid doesn't know. Stuff that'd curl your socks.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And now to see her flouncing around the place, making like her stink don't smell, it just cheeses me off, you know?
А что щекотливого было в прошлом Трикси?
So what's so, toe-curling about Trixie's past?
Yeah, like I'm gonna tell you.
Oh, come on.
No.
Tell you what, I'll tell you something embarrassing about me first.
Like what?
Блин, ну ладно, моя мама со мной
Well,
заигрывала.
under the influence of alcohol, my mom made a pass at me.
Ooh. All right, Junior, you win. That was pretty embarrassing. Almost as embarrassing as this.
Is that Trixie?
Yep.
She's not wearing much.
No kidding. She did a lot of these artistic postcards a few years ago. I got a whole set of them.
Can I, have one?
I don't know. You ain't gonna do nothing bad with it, are you?
Hey, I promise. I'll only use it for the greater good.
Wow. Okay.
Вау, окей. Окей, все еще контактируешь с Кидом?
Have you heard from Kid lately?
We're not exactly on speaking terms these days, on account of our varying degrees of incarceration.
А что ты перевозишь?
What kind of stuff have they got you hauling here?
How the heck would I know? Electro this, robo that, dynamo the other. It's all Greek to me.
А что у тебя с зубами?
Hey, what's with your teeth?
My teeth?
Yeah, they're green.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Серьезно, что с твоими зубами?
Seriously, man, what's going on with your teeth?
It's nothing. Nothing. Oh, crap.
What's wrong?
It's these.
Dr. Frinkle's algae cakes?
A crate of them fell off the truck while I was unloading it, and I just can't stop eating them. How was I to know they'd turn my teeth green?
Well, the algae part might have been a clue.
Please don't rat me out to Artie, okay? I really need this job.
No problem, but you better let me keep the cakes.
Sure thing, pal.
Окей, у нас есть
Hang
печеньки.
loose, pal.
You talk funny, mister.
Кому нам отдать печеньки? Может быть, Эммету? Он тогда не будет идеальным. Давайте-ка осмотрим фотокарточку.
Trixie sure got some nice, Antlers. This is definitely something Edna wouldn't approve of.
Ну, и одна, может, и не одобрит, но в общем и целом, в принципе, фотография достаточно безобидная. То есть, как бы, здесь, ну, вот это вот место, оно, по сути, прикрыто там. Несмотря на то, что здесь прозрачная такая штучка, но особо ничего не видно. Просто нормально. Не знаю, ничего плохого. Так, хорошо, мне кому ее показать, Эдне? Давай, Эдна. Или тебе, чувак, вот этот вот главный.
You might want to take a look at this.
Why in the world would I be interested in... Oh, what have we here? Oh, sir! Mr. McFly! It appears your muse has been inspiring more than progress.
Trixie? Oh, no, no, no. What are you doing with a dirty postcard?
What is she doing in a dirty postcard? I swear, Mr. McFly, if that doesn't convince you that Trixie Trotter is unfit to represent Hill
I
Valley...
don't need you to lecture me about who I can or can't hire, Miss Strickland. Trixie's darn good at what she does. I don't care if she was once the winsome wench of Winnipeg. Her past doesn't matter to... Trixie?
What is it, Audie?
You know I don't like to pry, but what state did you grow up in?
Province, Manitoba. Why?
Not even an American.
See, darling, the charter specifically states that the Expo's hostess must be a U.S. citizen, so if you're really a Canadian...
I'm being fired? You are firing me?
I don't
Бедняжка.
want to.
Here, take it back.
Well,
Это
I'm glad
плохо, блин.
somebody's listening to reason.
Нельзя так делать. Зачем подставлять других? Даже если это неправильная реальность.
Let's talk.
Дайте Трикси все необходимое, чтобы заставить Эдну ревновать. А, все. Ладно, я поняла. Значит, мы разозлили Трикси. И теперь, соответственно, она готова действовать против Эдны.
Trixie?
I'll do it. I'll make that blue-nosed Betty eat her heart out.
That's great. I got it all planned out. When Emmett shows
But we
up...
gotta do it my way.
Huh?
I'm no good with improvising, and I ain't gonna memorize no lines. But I was in this play once. The Parlourmaid's Predicament. I figure I could lift a scene from that.
Okay.
Only, I need a few props.
Why am I not surprised?
Some furs, a big diamond. It doesn't have to be real, understand?
That makes it easier.
And something from this friend of yours, Emmett. Has he got a photo album?
I don't know. Probably.
Better bring it to me.
Furs, a diamond, and Emmett's photo album. And then?
Sit back and watch the fur fly.
Отправляйтесь в лабораторию Эммета. Я так понимаю, нам туда надо.
The brown
Улица.
place is on Riverside Drive. Way too far to go on foot. I
А,
wonder how Doc's coming with the DeLorean.
понятно, к ДеЛореану.
Have you figured out what's wrong with the time circuits?
Not sure. Possibly. It seems to me to be a simple wiring issue, but I'm double checking to make sure. All the basic equipment appears to be functional.
Any chance I could borrow the DeLorean? I want to drop in on young you at the lab.
Well, I don't know. The time circuits...
Listen, I promise I won't take it to 88.
Even so, I'm worried about letting it out of my sight while it's still behaving unpredictably. Tell you what, I'll take it on a test drive 1 minute into the past. If it passes the test, I'll let you borrow it.
Прямо при всех.
It worked! Didn't it?
I'm afraid not. In fact, the discrepancy appears to be getting worse. I arrived 6 hours ago.
Oh, too bad.
I didn't want to risk undoing any of the work you've done thus far, so I kept out of sight. But the time lag wasn't entirely a waste. I stopped by the hardware store and bought the parts for a chronometric analyzer.
A what?
A diagnostic device. See, I plug it into the time circuits and set them to cycle. When the green light goes off, I should have the data I'll need to understand the scope of the problem.
Hey, no driving the exhibits off the lot!
Looks like you'll have to find another set of wheels if you want to get to the lab.
Понятно. Так, другие колеса. Вообще, это наша машина. С чего ты взял, что это вообще экспонат? Так, здание суда будущего. Интересное здание суда будущего. Так, а вот это еще не открыто. Ладно. Диорама. Кнопка.
Pleasant dreams, Hill Valley. And the Expo would like to remind you that you can find everything you need to transform your dreams into reality at Hal's Hardware. Hal's Hardware, serving our fair cities
My
since
future wouldn't be built so
1895.
shoddily.
Hi, Miss Strickland. I was just...
Break what you like, Mr. Callahan. It's no skin off my nose. Just keep away from Emmett's booth. Speaking of whom, I better go see what's keeping him.
Я проверю его для вас.
I'll go check on him for you. I was just heading there anyway.
No, you weren't. The last thing he needs is another distraction at the 11th hour.
But...
Tut, tut. Not another word. I've got the rest of the day all mapped out.
Miss Strickland!
I'm sorry, I don't recognize you. Heavens, you shaved off your hair, but... Carl Sagan?
I'd like a word with you, if I may.
I'm not sure it would be seemly for me to be seen in the company of an alleged arsonist.
I think it may be in your best interest. You see, I know what you're up
Let's go somewhere where we can talk privately.
to. Go. I'll keep her occupied till you get back.
Неплохо, неплохо, Док. Спасибо тебе за это. Нет, ну так-то скейтборд мы взяли. Да, скейтборд из поезда. Так, грузовик. Что? А, ты к тому идешь? Ты зачем туда идешь? Ладно. Слушайте, а может быть мы на колесах-то других это скейтборд был? Все-таки.
Hang on, Emmett. Hope you're ready for a big breakup.
Он, конечно, не летающий, но раньше со скейтбордом, по-моему, он тоже так за машину цеплялся. В самом начале, по-моему, в первом фильме. Могу, конечно, сильно ошибаться, но...
Emmett?
Thanks again for your assistance, Detective Parker.
Detective? What the hell is Kid doing here?
Nothing criminal, I assure you. I was just getting a mind map of Mr. Tannen for our exhibition at the Expo. The authorities wouldn't allow Edna and I to stage a demonstration of the mental alignment meter with a violent felon, but this little baby is just as good. Okay, let's see, now what's next? Check the stew, sort the maps. Ooh, I almost forgot that.
Edna really is cracking the whip, isn't she?
Well, yes, but she's got my best interests at heart. Without her, I can get so distracted. Did she send you down here to check up on me?
Yeah, she wanted to come herself, but...
She's busy too, I know. Well, you're a poor substitute for Edna's lovely features, but make yourself at home.
Thanks.
No
Слабая
thanks are
замена.
necessary. Without you, I'd never be where I am now. In love with the woman of my dreams. And a mere 6 hours from my first public triumph as a scientist. Wait a minute. 6 hours? Jumping Jehoshaphat, I'm running out of time!
Я так понимаю, нужно ему... просто убедить Эдну, что Эммет не образцовый гражданин. То есть мы не будем ему еще эксперимент портить. Хотя тоже можно, знаете. Так, здесь у нас что? Эммет, понятное дело, карта душевного состояния. Модель отпетого бандита и модель образцового гражданина. Понятно, выход там. Генератор, обожаю. Сейчас, короче, у нас будет... ну нет, здесь, в принципе, только генератор и проигрыватель. Или нет?
I'd be careful of that if I were you.
Why?
The rocket fuel experiment must have stripped one of the teeth in the hand crank. As a consequence, if you turn it for more than 10 seconds, it... Whoa! Sends out an electric shock.
Так, что-то у него на голове загорелось. Карта душевного
The mind of a
состояния.
degenerate criminal.
That's Kid Tannen's mind map, as captured by our mind map helmet.
You could tell he's a criminal just by looking at this?
No, but when it's fed into the mental alignment meter...
Отпетый
weird.
бандит.
Weird nothing. It's science.
Неплохо. О, честный друг.
How does the mental alignment thing work?
Here, I'll show you.
Hey!
The test subject wears this mind mapping helmet, which probes the brain by measuring fluctuations in skin conductance and electrical resistance on the surface of the parietal lobe.
Uh-huh.
When I turn on the mind mapping helmet with this radio switch, the subject is exposed to a series of visual stimuli intended to provoke a series of positive or negative responses, as indicated by these lights on the helmet.
Hey, is that?
As the responses are recorded, they're relayed to this special typewriter, which prints out a punch card that represents the subject's mind map.
All I see is a bunch of holes.
Well, to you, maybe. But to our mental alignment meter, this mind map is nothing less than a peek into your subconscious. Observe as I place your mind map into the MAM.
Hey,
Бездельник.
about. Is that machine calling me a slacker?
No, your own physiological responses did.
Мы только и занимаемся, что что-то делаем. Ладно. Аквариум.
How goes the bacteria farm?
Not so hot. The bacteria have kind of gotten out of control. I had to put a clamp on the nitrogen tube to keep the stench from flooding the lab.
Угу. Клапан.
Ew.
Ugh, did the clamp fall off again?
Yeah.
Put it back on. Oh, I don't even know why I keep that bacteria tank around. Every time the clamp falls off the nitrogen tube, it takes a couple of minutes before I can get the stench out of the air. Whew.
Красненькая первая все еще загорается. Так, банка с маслом.
What's this?
That's a can of used motor oil, rocket fuel waste, and assorted chemical sludge left over from my abandoned rocket car.
Gross.
Accounting doesn't enter into it, but it is disgusting. Would you mind disposing of it on your way out?
Sure.
Да, в карман. В костюм. Хорошо. Тушеное мясо.
Hey, Emmett, what's cooking?
That's an old Brown family recipe for Hassenpfeffer.
Hassenpfeffer.
Rabbit stew. The trick is to add the cumin an hour after the carrots. Take a whiff. Isn't that just about the best thing you've ever smelled in your life?
It's, powerful, yeah.
I've got it on a slow boil for later.
А это зелененькое. Блин. Здесь какая-то загадка. Так. Ученый, поймавший Кида Танана.
What's this?
It's the placard we'll be putting in front of our booth at the expo.
The scientist that caught Kid Tannen?
A small exaggeration, but Edna says it'll attract investors. What do you think of the picture?
Ладно, отличное
It's
фото.
fine.
Really?
Really.
Well, that's a relief. You have no idea how long it took to find one in my mother's photo album that Edna approved of.
Окей, дальше. Генератор, понятно. Здесь всякие ерундовины. Душевное состояние Эммета
If
можно.
I'm gonna take Emmett's mind map, I better replace it with another one.
Ну, взять
Tannen's mind
карту
map.
Кида.
If Emmett's map looked like this, I bet Edna wouldn't think he's such a model citizen.
А поменять их местами нельзя? Нет, никак. Давайте угостим его, кстати.
Hey, Emmett, need a snack?
Desperately. What is it?
Some sort of algae cake. It's supposed to be nutritious.
Oh, I've heard of these. Oh, ugh. They better be really nutritious.
Угу. Так, проигрыватель.
I Don't Care by Trixie Trotter?
Edna doesn't approve of that sort of music, but I find it very soothing. Oh.
They say I'm crazy, got no sense, but I don't care. They may or may
А
not
нам нужно, чтобы что заработало?
but I don't care.
Переключатель слайдов.
See, I'm sort of independent. I am my own superintendent. My
Nothing
thumb
happened.
is on the
Well, that button advances the slides during the mind mapping test. It only works while the test is running.
I don't care what people think of me.
What's this typewriter do again?
During a mental alignment test, it takes messages from the mind map helmet and turns them into punch cards, like the one for Mr. Tannen over there.
Seems complicated.
Actually, it was all rather easy to put together, once Edna gave me the idea.
Sounds to me like you should be working on harder problems then.
What? Sorry, I've got to get back to work.
Окей, и вот этот вот измеритель.
So this machine takes those little cards and tells you whether or not someone's a good guy or bad guy?
Kind of. Actually, the helmet does all the work. The mental alignment meter is just a glorified arcade machine.
So why not just go with the cards?
Edna says that people respond well to flashing lights and snap judgments. I can't argue with that. Every time I kiss her, I see flashing lights and lose all sense of judgment.
No kidding.
Поцелуйчики с Эдной, это, конечно, такое.
What's this?
The mind map cards from the dozens of subjects I've tested during the last few weeks. I've got to get them sorted before the expo begins.
Why?
Edna's got this grand scheme to catalog all of Hill Valley citizens by their mental alignment. Isn't that cute?
Not really.
Так, понятно, понятно, понятно. И больше у нас ничего. Слева тоже ничего не вижу, и, наверное, с Эмметом надо поболтать. Я думаю, здесь какая-то загадка. Мне нужно еще масло куда-то вылить. Наверное, к бактериям,
Hey,
либо
Emmett,
в
got a
кастрюлю.
sec?
Why, yes. In fact, I've got several.
Как серьезно у тебя с Эдной?
So, you and Edna, how serious are you guys?
Well, we both enjoy a good joke every now and then, but I'd say on the whole we're fairly serious people. Why do you ask?
No. What I mean is, how serious is your relationship?
Oh, well, as a scientist, I can't state this with 100% confidence, but I'm provisionally certain that I'm head over heels in love.
Заметно.
Really? With Edna?
What can I say? She's my muse. In the weeks since we've been courting, she's given me so many wonderful ideas.
Ты уверен насчет Эдны?
Are you sure Edna's the right woman for you?
What do you mean?
Она манипулирует тобой.
Don't you think she's a little controlling?
Controlling? Edna? No. She's just giving me a little much-needed guidance. Before I met her, I was such a flibberty-gibbet, always getting distracted by the slightest stray idea. But now, thanks to Edna, I stay focused on the task in front of me, like a narrow-band stream of stimulated photon emissions. Focused!
Она холодная, как лед.
Isn't she a little cold?
Don't let the schoolmarm exterior fool you, buddy. Edna's got enough warmth to raise a liter of water from 0 to 100 degrees centigrade. Know what I mean?
I kind of wish I didn't.
Ох, Эммет. Не, ну, может быть, она, конечно, тут и горяча. Она опасна.
I don't know. I just think Edna might be a little dangerous.
Oh, I agree.
You do?
Like all independent women, she's a danger to the patriarchal status quo. That's one of the things I love about her. She shakes things up.
You have no idea.
Дальше.
I just think you should be careful, that's all.
Thanks for the concern, but I'll be fine.
Ты будешь показывать весь этот хлам на выставке?
Is all this new stuff what you're showing off at the expo?
Yes, it's our mental alignment meter.
Mental alignment meter?
А что насчет летающей машины?
I thought you were working on some sort of rocket car.
Oh, the rocket propulsion system was far too unreliable, as that incident with Einstein proved. By the way, whatever happened to Einstein?
I wish I knew.
Anyway, I started tinkering with an alternate method of propulsion, but that was before things started heating up with Edna. Our conversations about the possibilities of applying technology to social ills pushed my research in a whole new direction.
А что за измеритель умственных
What's a
способностей?
mental alignment meter?
It's the most revolutionary piece of technology since the cotton gin.
What does it do?
It reads and interprets the subconscious desires of the human mind.
Исследует разум людей.
Why would you want to probe people's minds?
Why wouldn't you? Imagine being able to diagnose mental disorders with a flick of a switch, or detect the truthfulness of courtroom testimony merely by connecting a witness to a small portable device.
Your machine does all that?
Not yet. Frankly, right now, the whole thing's just a gussied-up potentiometer. But with years of refinements and a whole lot of investors, the MAM will be able to identify countless psychosis and neurosis, alcoholism, acrophobia, Oedipal complexes.
And?
And then we can set about curing them, of course.
Of course.
В общем,
Anyway,
ты сделал это сам?
did you make a mind map of yourself?
Of course. Take a look.
Edna's right. You are a model citizen.
At least as far as my invention's concerned. Confidentially, this whole enterprise is a little light on the hard science and a little heavy on the smoke and mirrors.
Ты изобрел все это за 2 месяца?
Can't believe you invented all this in 2 months.
Well, like I said, there's not really a whole lot of inventing going on here. I just dressed up a $5 potentiometer with a lot of bells and whistles.
But
Don't get me wrong, it does a remarkable job of telling whether a subject is currently liking or disliking what they're experiencing. But all the extra stuff about sorting out criminals from model citizens is mostly a bunch of hooey at this point.
У тебя новая одежда?
what's with the new threads?
You like them?
You look like Colonel Sanders.
Who?
Never mind.
Edna gave them to me. She says my usual clothes don't have enough zing for a public exhibition.
И дальше пойдем посмотрим Франкенштейна.
What do you say we take a break for a couple of hours and go see a movie?
A couple of hours?
Actually, it may be more like 70 minutes.
I haven't got a couple of hours. I still got all these mind maps to sort, and the MAM's wiring is still giving me fits, and...
I get it, you're busy.
И... Ты уверен, что не хочешь посмотреть Франкенштейна?
You sure you don't want to take in a movie? I think you'll like it.
Strange as it may sound, I've got more pressing things to think about than going out to movies.
Okay.
Я пыталась. Как у тебя с отцом?
How are things between you and your father? I'm kind of surprised he hasn't torn down your lab yet.
Well, he's still angry with me and threatening to cut me out of his will, but I'm hoping that the civic potential of my mental alignment meter will win him over.
Так, ну понятно.
You look busy. Why don't we talk later?
Sure thing.
Слушайте, а может быть и баночку-то на него надо вылить? На беднягу
Hey, Emmett,
Эммета.
I've got a... Whoa! Whoops.
What the heck?
Oh, jeez, I'm sorry. Your suit's ruined. Edna's gonna be royally PO'd.
Wrong.
What?
When Edna gave me this suit, I realized that the probability of me keeping it clean was infinitesimally remote, so I spent a few hours whipping up this.
Что?
Whoa! What was that?
A chemical compound capable of wiping the grime off any surface.
Вот это классная
Emmett,
штука.
you'll make a fortune.
Not anytime soon, I'm afraid. Due to an inherent instability in its molecular makeup, after 12 hours, the cleanser's component chemicals break down into a series of cloth-shredding enzymes, rendering it unsuitable for commercial use.
Wait a minute. Does that mean your suit's gonna dissolve in 12 hours?
Hey, gods, no. The solution dissipates into the air after it's applied. But it does mean that after this batch of cleanser ages another 11 hours and 53 minutes, it would eat away this suit faster than 1,000 starving moths. And that would be a crisis of unimaginable proportions.
Why?
Because this suit belongs to Edna's grandfather, who wore it on his wedding day. Poor guy was gunned down just a few years later.
Emmett?
Well, enough wool gathering. Back to work.
Слушайте, ну этот душ...
That cleanser doesn't seem very portable.
It isn't, but this is.
A perfume bottle?
Yes. No. I mean, yes, it's a perfume bottle, but inside is a concentrated dose of my all-purpose cleanser. With a little luck, this should last me through the next 12 hours before its component chemicals break down into a series of cloth-destroying enzymes.
Clever.
Я думаю, Эммет от нас этого не ожидает.
What the hell is that?
What?
Sorry, I thought I saw a tarantula.
Прости.
I'd better not return it yet. I might need it to clean something. If only this stuff was several hours older, I could use it to dissolve Emmett's suit.
А, то есть ее сделать просроченной. Ну что же вы так делаете, глумитесь надо мной? Мне уже хватило загадок в этой игре, хотя они не такие сложные. Здесь достаточно мало предметов, и так или иначе я соображу, что с ними надо сделать. Но сделаю я это уже в следующем выпуске, поэтому увидимся с вами. Подписывайтесь, ставьте лайки, нажимайте на колокольчик. Всем пока-пока, до встречи.